Hello grade 3, how are you? In this video inshallah we will talk about electricity. We are talking about electricity. What we should know about electricity or about this lesson. We should know what is electricity. How can we get it? This is just for general knowledge, not for academic knowledge. But you have to know it. What are the different forms of electricity? What is the electric circuit? What are conductors? What are insulators? What is static electricity? We should know the answers of those 7 questions by the end of this presentation or by the end of this lesson. What's electricity? Electricity is power for non-living things. You get your power through eating food. You get your energy through eating food. But can the non-living things eat food? No, they cannot, as they are non-living. So we give them energy in form of electricity. So electricity is power for non-living things. How can we get electricity? We can get electricity through different ways. Number 1, and this method is non-environmentally friendly, it's not good for our environment, is by burning coal. You know the coal, the black coal, which we use it in grilling fish and meat and so on. Coal. They took the coal and burn it. And after they burn the coal, they get energy to move something that's called turbine or generator. When this generator move very quickly and rotate very quickly, it just gave electricity. Okay, and we took this electricity through the electricity bridge that we saw all over the roads while we're going to school or while we're going to club or anywhere. So they burn the coal, and the coal gave them energy to move the turbines or the generators, and then this rapid movement give us electricity. Waterfalls and dams. Waterfalls and dams is another way for getting electricity. They just put the generator by the water that's fall very fast, so this fast movement of water will move the generator very fast, so it will give us electricity. Wind turbines. The wind turbines is actually moving by the force of the wind, and we saw those wind turbines in our ways to السخنة or الغردقة, Hurghada or Sukhna. We saw those wind turbines in our way there. They fix the generator and the turbine in the back of these turbines, in the back of these fans or in these wind turbines. And once it move, just move the turbine very fast, and it gave us electricity. And solar cell. They create or they invest or they found out something that they call it solar cell. Those are the solar cells, and those cells just convert electricity, just convert the sunlight or the solar energy, the sunlight energy to electricity. And those are the different ways of getting electricity. Is coal, and this is non-environmentally friendly way, waterfalls, wind turbines, and solar cell. If I forget a way, just tell me about. What are the different forms of electricity? We get electricity through 2 different forms. From the sockets in our houses, from the socket, and we call this form main electricity, or from batteries that we put it in our clocks, in our hand watch, in mobile phones, laptops, all of our toys, and this form of electricity is called battery. Inside any electrical device there must be something that's called electric circuit. Inside any electrical device, anything that works with electricity, there must be something that's called electric circuit. Electric circuit exists inside any electrical object that work with main electricity or battery. Even the lamps that work with main electricity in our room or in our home or wherever, it just work with main electricity, and we know that. But there must be an electrical circuit inside the wall that's connected to the source of electricity, so we can get electricity. Inside our toys that move, there is a motor inside them, and this motor make them move. This motor must be connected to a source of electricity, which is gonna be the battery, through the electric circuit. Electric circuit must consist of source of electricity. Here it's the battery, a wire through which electricity flow, a wire through which the electric current, and the electric current is the flow of electricity, pass through this wire to reach the lamp or the buzzer, or the buzzer that give us sound, or the motor that make the non-living thing move, and so on. It must consist of switch to control the circuit, something to tell me if the circuit is working or not, or the thing that I want to give it power to work. Like for example, in case of lamps, it's bulb or lamp. In case of a toy that's moving, it must be connected to a motor. In case of something that give us sound, like the alarm clock, the things that give us sound like the alarm or the piano, it must be connected to a buzzer that gave sound using electricity. So we know now the electric circuit consists of battery to give electricity, wire through which electricity flow and pass, switch to control the circuit on or off, and light bulb or buzzer or motor to tell us that our circuit is working. For electric circuit to work, there must be condition for the circuit to work. Number one, it must be a complete circuit without any gaps, without any opens. It must be complete for the current to flow. Number two, the wire must be connected to the two sides of the battery, the positive and the negative side. The positive and the negative side of the main electricity, if you are talking about the main electricity. The wire must be connected to the two metal sides of the lamp or the buzzer or the motor. So the wire cannot be connected to the glass side. It must be connected to the two sides of the metal part of the lamp or motor or buzzer or whatever. So those are the three conditions of the circuit to work. The circuit must be completely connected without any gaps. The wire must be connected to the two sides of the battery, the positive side and the negative side. And it must be connected to the two sides of the lamp or the buzzer or the motor. Switches. Switch is used to control the circuit, to control the electricity flow in the circuit, the electric current. It used to control the electric current flowing in the circuit. If the switch is off, it can be either off or on. If the switch is off, it means that the circuit is open. Electricity can't complete flowing as the circuit is open, and current cannot pass. It will just stop here and cannot pass and complete its circuit. So if the switch is off, the circuit is open, as you're seeing now in this switch. So the current cannot pass. If it's on, circuit is closed. The circuit is closed without any gaps, so the lamp can be turned on, and the current can pass through all of the circuit and turn the lamp on. Now let's answer the sheet. Using electricity, look at each circuit below. If you think the bulb will light, color the bulb in yellow. If you think the bulb will light, color the bulb yellow and put a tick in the box. If you do not think the bulb will light, put a cross on the box. What about this circuit? Let's look at the conditions. The wire is connected to the two sides of the battery and the two sides of the lamp, and it's a complete circuit without any gaps, so color it in yellow and tick. Next circuit. Oh, there is a very big gap in the circuit. It will not work. Cross here. Okay, the wire, there's no gaps in the circuit. The wire is connected to the two sides of the battery, but it's not connected to the two sides of the lamp, so it will not work. Cross this. Two sides of the battery, two sides of the lamp, complete circuit without any gaps. Tick and color it in yellow. It will work. Here, two sides of the battery, two sides of the lamp, complete closed circuit. It will work. Tick and color the lamp in yellow. This complete circuit without any gaps. Oh, the wire is not connected to the two sides of the battery, so it will not work. Cross it. Now let's move to the materials, conductors and insulators. The acting or the the acting of the material toward electricity can be conductors or insulators. All of the material around us can be conductors or insulator, electrical conductors or electrical insulators. Electrical conductors are any material that allow electric current to pass. Any material that allow electric current to pass through it, we call it electrical conductor. Like any kind of metal, like copper, aluminium, steel, all of those material will let electricity pass. Like for example, all of the wires that we use them for let electric current pass must be made of metal. If we touch this metal while it's connected to the electricity, it's very dangerous, as we will get an electrical shock, and this electrical shock may lead to death. All of the electrical wires and cables must be covered with plastic, as plastic do not let electricity pass. Plastic or rubber, as they do not let electricity pass, but the metal let electricity pass. That's why we call it conductors. Insulators. Insulator are any material that doesn't allow electric current to pass through it, like protective coating wire. The coat of the wire is made of plastic or rubber, as this rubber or plastic is insulated and it will not let electricity pass, and it's safe for us to catch in our hands. Cloth. That's why all of the people that work in electricity are wearing cloth gloves or rubber gloves to protect their hand from electricity, and they must wear something in their feet, also something that made of plastic or rubber or wood or glass or whatever, to protect themselves from getting an electrical shock. So plastic, rubber, glass, cloth and wood, all of those materials are electric insulator. They will not let electricity pass. There is a magical form of electricity that's called static electricity. Static electricity is a kind of electricity that generates or forms from rubbing any two surfaces or any two objects together. Like for example, if we got a rubber and rub it in our hair or in our clothes, and then try to attract pieces of paper, the ruler will attract it, as it generates static electricity. Even if we get a balloon and we rub it against our hair, it will get static electricity and we can attract things using it. This is a kind of electricity, and actually I upload 2 videos on the wiki to see how you can generate static electricity. Thank you so much. Next video inshallah is going to be playing games video. Bye bye.